Though Donald Trump won the presidential election, don't be deceived by people that are demonic possessed or demonic oppressed about other demonic ideologies such as astrology. The other day this happened before election day, where some guy tried to tell me about stuff that was Aquarius or something that was astrology or astrologist related, about how stuff will come into light. And he asked me who I voted for or who I would vote for, and I obviously tried to talk him off, because he was really off his really off of insanity. I just told him, well, I would vote for Trump. And he's like, we need people like you, and was going on and on about chicken that I gave him, and would give him like basically fresh food. And this all happened at work at a whole other area, you guys, so just bear with me when I tell the story. So he just was going on and on about what he was saying, and saying that the stuff that's going on with Sean Diddy Combs stuff is going to be brought out into light. While there are very freaky things that sound truthful about astrology, that stuff is a very, very, very bad deception. It is straight from the pit of hell. And I'm going to give you a testimony of why. So, when I was in my teenage years, starting to go to church more and more, basically youth, around this time, I was a teenager, of course, and around this time, I would hang around people that would believe the manifested genre and would believe astrology stuff. And there were memes and just gimmick stuff online, like Instagram or whatever, that would show that if you're a Leo, then you are this type of personality, or you have this sort of body function or a body-like personality. And this was all mixed with sexual perversions, basically just very like bad habits of whatever someone may have, or like someone would have curly hair. And I would fall for this stuff. But also this stuff has links to like just like witchcraft and warlock stuff. It is, like, I'm telling you guys, it is very insane. And even with like the Magic 8 Ball, to some degree, in my opinion, I'm just going right off, just thinking of this off the bat, even that would have links to astrology, because you're putting your trust in literally letters in a dark purple liquid ball who would say yes or no or whatever. I actually got rid of that in time, because that literally was an idol. That was a demon, basically. And it was a demon basically trying to deceive me, thinking that, oh, I can just pray to God, and through this I can just shake the ball and say, will I marry this girl, or oh, will I have sex with this girl, or will a bunch of people like me, or will I get a bunch of clout, and shake the ball and it would say either yes or no. Or sometimes I would just shake it 3 separate times and it would say yes, 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 or no, no, most likely, unlikely, or whatever it would say. And in time, when I was really starting to get to know Jesus, I really actually was just like, forget this thing. I just straight up threw it away in the garbage, because there are some things that are worth just throwing away, and some things that you just you need to keep in your life, but you have to be very restrictive of how you use it. But anyways, astrology is very deceptive, because there are certain things that, and certain personalities, or certain body functions, or certain body parts of somebody, whether it be tall or large or small or short, that people would just say, oh, if you're an Aquarius, or if you're a Leo, or if you're a whoever, then you're this or you're that. And it's basically name labeling. It's a massive deception where Satan will literally just shoot a fireball dart into your mind, believing that that's true. And this stuff has a lot to do with demons, you guys. And personally, to tell you, I was someone who was like this, like I said earlier, but I don't believe that stuff anymore. I know that it's all just a sham. Even if you're doing it as a joke, that in itself is severely dangerous on your walk with Jesus, because then you will have the door open where Satan can deceive you still. I will no longer and will not follow after deceptions like that, because it is, like I said, it is a deception. It will lead you to depression, anxiety, stress, all of the negative outcomes, because it will lead you to puffing up and building up in pride and arrogance and just almost any kind of sin that is just gonna just drag you into hell. You gain the whole world but lose your very soul to the hell fires where Satan and his demons are. So if you think that I'm a liar involving astrology, then you know what? Then don't believe my words. Go to Jesus Christ and he will tell you and he will show you without a shadow of a doubt that astrology is demonic and is a deception. And if you even want to supposedly just, I guess, follow after it, then I'm just telling you guys, it's not a road that you want to go. Because actually now I remember what I was going to say. So if you want to buy idols or put posters up that are or if you actually have a poster or idol statues that are like Leo or like astrology idols, you need to get rid of those things, because demons can reside in them. The same way that it's like that for astrology or books that are like this for this manner, the same way it is for like the Catholic Church, where they have a Jesus statue or an angel or a where they have an idol of Mary, where demons will literally possess them, and like literally blood or liquids bleeding out of these very thick stone idols. So even then, like, even if you get out of that, you need out of the Catholic Church, you need to get out of the astrology train. The astrology train will lead you to hell. And even then, if you're a Christian who is listening to this, who accepts astrology, you need to get rid of that stuff. I would encourage you to get gasoline and douse it down page by page and the whole everything, and just get a match and then boom, just burn it, like incinerate it. At that point, if you have a fire pit, you might as well just forget throwing it in the trash can. You need to just burn it. And another personal testimony of mine, so I don't make this, and I'm trying not to make this video long, but it's important to tell this story and testimony. There was something that I was drawing over the past year, long ago in 2017 into 2018, and basing off of Dire Whoopi Kid stuff and basing it off the friends I used to hang out with and whatnot, involving skating and involving all this very wicked stuff. And even though in the stories it was actually based in this year, in 2024, but however, I'm just gonna flat out tell you guys is it had a lot of demonic and sexual innuendo stuff, and I'll even put astrology innuendo just to flat out say it, because it was all demonic inspired for that story, or all the story that I wrote out. And eventually, around when Jesus revealed himself to me, anything that had attachments to it, even separate from the book, page by page, I burned it, because it had a lot of demonic inspiration into it. And there was even a story where a Ouija board I drew on there, which was not 100% the Ouija board description, but I literally like just scribbled what would have on the Ouija board, and I would do that. And literally, guys, just flat out to tell you, is it was very demonic of me to do that. And what I just did flat out was I burned it. I straight up burned it. the whole story, anything involving it, all of it's burned, gone, just gone. And then any wind that would blow blow out of the fire pit that I had at my parents' house, I would get the fire stick and put that piece of paper that flew out that would still have the paper image, whatever graphite or whatever, I would put it right back in the fire. And it is, even though the ashes are still at my house, the ashes of it are now planting 3 little trees that I am using as fertilizer. But that's besides the point, because other than that, it was burned and just burned to ash, and all that stuff's been used for a whole other purpose. But anyways, you guys, just to flat out tell you is, do not involve yourself in an astrology train or involve yourself in astrology, because it all leads to demonic possession and it leads into deception. And even if there's a displayment of supposed visual truth of how astrology is real through somebody or through a situation, don't even buy it, because that has demonic witchcraft and power behind it, which even that is limited, because demonic power is only limited because it's what God allows, to either choose him or to choose the demons. God's power is infinite and it has no limit. So will you follow after astrology and its path of deceptions, or will you give it all up to follow Jesus Christ, who made the stars, who made the grass, and who made the star that's setting in this solar system that we know it as today? May Jesus Christ bless you.